Welcome back. To those who have stuck by me all these weeks, thank you. I'm sorry I'm late in updating. Do you guys ever have a time in your life where you're like super duper busy to the point of exhaustion, and then like all your activities are taking a backseat because you have no time because you're exhausted? Hi, that's me. But I'm recording today because I have like a little tiny window to record for you guys, so I decided to record and then maybe upload for you guys to watch. So like I said, to whoever who has stuck by me these weeks, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Whoever's new, hi, how are you? So what were we talking about last video? Right. I told you guys about, who was it? My third love? This is how you know I forgot. But, so we're on to love number 2. So here's a really cool twist. Love number 2 and love number 1, they're both the same thing. I'm really hoping that I got that right. This is how you know that I've been so out of it that I'm just, but like I said, thank you for sticking by me. So story of first love. Oh my god, we were 13. We've known each other since 6th grade, so like 2 years into being young adults, we fall in love. It was a really weird trip. I've never heard other people's first love stories, so if anyone has one, and I would love to read about it. First love, oh gosh. His name is R. We're gonna go write that. It was weird. Like, I look back at it now, and you start to wonder how people fall in love nowadays, and we were crazy. It was crazy. Like, you're kids, so you don't know like how to react. It's a whole different type of love than what you have for your parents or your family like any family member, because this person is an outsider who's coming in, who's like literally like digging space into your heart to try and settle there. So like, we were in middle school, I think it was. Middle school? It was middle school. It was middle school. It was middle school. I'm really trying to say middle school, so I'm just gonna say middle school. I mean, it's not like he's forgetful. He's not, because you never forget your first love, right? But I look back at it now, and I'm just like, were we really this reckless? Were we really this childish? Like, and the worst part is, my first love didn't even turn out to be my first. Like, you know, and then you're just like, so you're my first love, but we couldn't. So then it comes to bear. We were just, it was the snowball thing. I've used this metaphor, right? It was the snowball. Like, first it was like a nice little cushy thing. It was perfect. But then you're on the hill, you accidentally drop it, and instead of it squashing, it's just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. And then it gets super big, boom. It crashes. And like that's the worst part because like I said, I've never heard anybody's first love stories. So I don't know, but it's like is it supposed to be that way? Is it supposed to be is it supposed to snowball? Is your first love supposed to snowball or is your first love supposed to like flourish, grow, and then made room for somebody else? Like, do we ever stay with our first love? But then again, there's so many first loves. That's actually like super interesting to me. I mean, your first love is a man, right? For some people who like men. For some others, their first love is a woman. For others, their first love is their child. Like the first love of having a child. It's like there's different types of first loves. So it comes to bear, it's like can I call that my first love? Or can I call that my first heartbreak? I mean, like in the end, there was love. I mean, we were kids, but it was like we were always like close, but then I never took that plunge. So it's like sometimes like I feel bad that we didn't get to that because my first was like, oh god. We're not gonna talk about that. My first was like, again, do other people have like bad first? I mean, women in general, they all have bad first, right? Chicks out there, yes. Let's talk about firsts. Let's talk about everything that has to do with number one, because in the end, I said he was also my number two. I mean, when everything ended, it's like we were sad. I mean, I can't speak for him. I can speak for me. I was sad. It was like, is this what it's supposed to feel like? Is it supposed to feel like your whole like mindset, not your world, because your world is huge, but like your mindset and your heart is supposed to feel like it's breaking. Is it supposed to feel like, oh, does it feel, it's supposed to feel all consuming, is what I'm trying to say. Like, the pain was, and then you start to wonder, like, are all loves, whether good or bad, do they have to end that way? Because, like I said, there's all different types of love. I mean, there's the love, right? And then you fall out mutually, no hard feelings, I'll see you around. Then there's other ones that's like, why are you leaving me? And it's not even for men, for women. Women can leave men too. It's like, it's a 50-50 thing. So again, like, even if you're a dude or a chick, let me know you're first, because I'm curious about this. It's just like, I've had different types of love in my life, as we've seen. Like I said, thank you for sticking by me. You guys are amazing. And then, like, they haven't ended as well, you know? So it's like, it comes to show, is like, is the way someone loves the result of how the love ends? Or is it the result that it's just like, they're all gonna be like that? For me, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like, I've never had a mutual agreement where I say, okay, I mean, we're not in love anymore, so we just move on. I never had that. It's weird. But back to what I was saying. we were kids. It was just like, it was all consuming. And you know, we were like, oh my God, I want you to be my first. And it never happened. I was sad by that fact. You know, when I had my first, when it was all said and done, I was like, I really wish it would have been you. Like, there's a lot of times where I've compared what my first love felt like to other loves that I've had afterward. And like, some things they change, you know. Others I'd compare and I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, that doesn't look like something he do. And now it's like, what is it like? That's like the real question. There's so much. And like, once in a while, like, I talk to him because after all these years of being adults, we were finally adults, even though on his side he needed to grow up a little more. If he's watching this, you too, I love you though. It's just like, there's so much. It was like, it was a thrill. It was like one of those thrills. And then I look back at it now, because we look back at everything in our lives, because memories are like what stay after everything has been said and done. And I'd love to go back in time to 13-year-old me and look at her and be like, yo, what's wrong with you? All this drama, all this ridiculousness, all this foolishness, get up. And then also I tell her, listen, stop eating all this shit because you're gonna get real fat. But I would go back and be like, listen, after this it gets then it's like up and down. Do they all end the same? Almost. But it's the thrill of having that other human being, whether it be male or whether it be female, love you unconditionally at that time. So like, am I okay with all these partners? Because I want to call them partners. Am I okay with all these partners that have come and went? And some of them who weren't even partners, they were just like a big impact on my life, to the point that, you know, some of them are still here. Most are not, but some are. So again, our first loves, like a future prediction, because it didn't end well. It was like, it was a roller coaster of drama and like love consumption, like if that was the only thing at that time. It was like, it was real. Like, I look at it now and I'm like, you're suffocating yourself for no reason. Like, in a way, we both were. We're suffocating ourselves for each other, and it's just like, what's the point of that, right? We try to please our partner, and like, do we make time for ourselves? That's my biggest flaw. When I'm in love with somebody, I I'm giving you half of myself. Now, the problem is, what half am I giving you? We're all made up of different things emotionally, mentally. We all have something different. No one ever thinks alike. If we did, then, well, we wouldn't be where we are now, right? Okay. So, what am I giving you? Am I giving you the maturity? Am I giving you the let's be adults, or am I giving you this all consuming, I want to be with you, please don't leave me, like I want to see you 24/7, 365, if it goes up to 365. The point is, like, what am I giving you? And then it's just like, you look at it and you're like, me, not other people, because like I said, we don't think alike, so I don't know how other people love. But me, it's like, sometimes, like, I give you one side and then I give you another, and then, like, at the end I end up pushing, because I don't trust, which is stupid, right? Because if you're my partner, to a certain degree, I trust you. Like, I fell in love with you because there's a trust that you've gained and I've gained. But it's like, are you stable enough to say you love someone? And then that's mine. That's my flaw. Am I stable enough mentally and emotionally to love you in a way that's not gonna push you? I mean, I fell in love because at a certain point you earned my trust, and I wanted you, like, I wanted to make space for you in my heart. So, but it's like, did you know everything about me? No. Did I know everything about you? No. But it's like, are we supposed to know everything about our partners? Like, what happens when we're done? And I read this in a webtoon like a while back. Like, what happens when you know everything about your partner? He asked him. By the way, it was a BL comics are amazing. Excuse me. BL comics are amazing. Side note, if you don't know what BL is, you can Google it. I read BL like nobody's business because it's fun. Anyways, so he tells him, what happens when you know everything about me? And then his partner tells him, well, it'd be like a cozy fitted coat that's just for me. And it's like the most perfect answer that I've ever heard, seen, read, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, it hit me. I just haven't found the right person to give my coat to yet. And I just had that epiphany like 5 seconds ago. But again, is your first love like a stone? Not even a stone, like the grain of sand for your beach. Is it like, is it all always gonna end the same? Is it always gonna be the same? And I really hope it doesn't, because I have so much love to give. And people say that. People say that. They're like, oh, I have all this all consuming love. I don't have all consuming love. I don't have all consuming love. I don't. I don't even think there is a thing. You can't ever compare your love to consumption with anyone. You don't. You need you too. It's like, I'm saying all these things now, and they're all coming from these BL comics I read, and it's just like, am I ready to give you everything? Am I ready to throw every single part of me at you? And it's like, I'm gonna say no, only because I haven't found anyone who I think is willing. It's been close, because to me, marriage is sacred, so I was close once. But then the outcome was, it was hurt. It was like, it's pulsating. It's just, anyway, so it's like, first loves are like the biggest topic. It's where it's all at, you know? And I'd love to hear about your guys' first love. Like, tell me, is it still good? Has it ended? How'd you feel? How do you feel now? You know, I mean, my friends, they come to me for advice on love, and in my head I'm like, guys, I've been single for fucking 5 years, and I'm not that great at like saying, oh look, this is what it is. I can't, but I'll give you my opinion. I'll give you a small part of my belief. I'll try to help you, because heartbreak is just so painful. And then I'm just like, but yeah, he was during our time of a relationship. He was what I, at that time, would deem perfect. And like I've always said, there's no such thing as perfection. There's no one who's perfect. Perfection is a word made up by someone who would love to just say something. But at that time, he was, to me, flawless. He was what I wanted. He was what I dreamt about. It's like, during your first loves, did you start like putting yourself in a position where you're like, yo, I'm gonna be with you forever? Like, is that still a mentality where you say, you're my first love, I'm gonna be with you forever? Because that percentage is low. I mean, it's probably out there where these people are like, have fallen in love and they're each other's first love, and they've completed like 75 years of marriage. It's out there, but it's like, that percentage is like, I don't even think you can see it. Look at that. It's like that little tiny ass right there. So, like, you know, he was perfect. I genuinely loved him. Like, he was perfect. To me, he was perfect. So why did it end? Because some people just can't. I think that's what it boils down to. Some people just can't. It doesn't matter if that's your first love. It doesn't matter anything. Some people just can't. And then, do we want to be told that our love is suffocating? No. I think that's the problem. It's like all this is coming from a BL comic. Seriously, guys, read BL comics. Like, always take a plunge. Give something a try. And it's like, he was telling his partner, he's like, love me a little less so you can love me longer. So it's like, is that the trade secret? God, I'm having epiphanies talking to you guys. This is so therapeutic. Like, is that the trade secret? Love someone just a little bit less, and then it lasts longer. And that was his first love too. So it's like, yo, this shit hits home. It hits home, but you know, it's amazing. It's fine. It's just that, like, the topic of love in my life, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about you guys. So if you want to let me know, listen. Okay? Let me know. I would love to know anybody who is watching this. Like, tell me your stories, because it's so cool. I love to know other people. And I'm not the type of person who really has that big circle of friends. My circle is small, like smaller than that, I think. Small, really small. So, but I know a lot of people, so like, I want to know you guys. And one day, if I become friends with somebody who's watched my shit, oh, what's up? But it's like, is that the secret? You know, like, I think about it now, and like I said, like, I would go back in time and just tell myself, yo, don't stress each other. Don't stress each other. It's just, it's not stable how it's turned out and how it's going to turn out. Because who knows, if we would have done something different. But that's always the question that we have concerning everything. It doesn't have to do with love. It just has to do with that one decision. You know? It's just, there's always a what if. The what if is always going to accompany you throughout your life. What if? What if? What if he would have been my first? What if we would have stuck together through high school and probably through college? What if, you know, what if? So it's like, I think it's the first love that triggers a lot. It triggers a lot, because I haven't scientifically read this, so I don't know if it's true, but it's like, your first love, is that not when you're a certain age? Like in your young adult age? And it's like, that's like what starts your huge adulthood journey. Well, one of them. You know, because we have a lot. You're an adult and you're always going until, you know, you don't go anymore. But it's like, is your first love the start of everything? Because before you fall in love with somebody, you only have your friends. And Your friends are a big part of your life. For that now, not now, future now, but they're a big part of your life now. So it's like they have a certain level of decision making, but not as much. You know, you don't really do a lot. But then the minute you fall in love with someone, it's like you're giving you to somebody else. So it's like you're looking after you somewhere else, you're looking after you here, you know, but then your friends also have another you. So it's like, is your first love the journey of everything? It's actually a really fucking good question. Go me. But yeah. It was a really weird journey. My first love. I don't hate him now. Before, yeah. Certain amount of times when he thinks he knows what's best for me and tries to make decisions for me, yeah, he can suck it. But I look fondly at those memories now. I loved you. I thought you were super perfect and amazing. I thought I was going to be with you forever. Like, it was during those times that I was like, oh my god, I'm going to get married to this guy. Where did we come up with this? But yeah, it was pretty great, honestly. Like, everything is great before it takes that plunge, and whether you're safe or not is another whole journey within and of itself. But I look back at it once in the bluest of moons, because I'm almost 30 and we're talking about 13. How many years is that? Seriously? I don't want to do the math. But you know, it was really great. But you know, all good things come to an end. Who said that? Whoever did, they were really smart. They're so smart. If they're still alive. All good things must come to an end. Every good movie, every good book, every adventure, every song. You can repeat songs. You can reread books. You can do another adventure, but it's not going to be the same. Every good thing must come to an end. You could pause, but it doesn't matter. Your life is like a book. It's like a song. You can't repeat it. You can keep going. You want to repeat, but is it going to be the same? Probably not. Like, maybe a week from now, I could fall in love with somebody. And I could feel more than I did for the person I was first in love with. Or I could feel more than what I did when I was with Jay. I could feel more than when I was with M. Or I could feel more than the brief moments I spent with, I'm not going to say that initial. Love's journey is just really hard. And it's like, why do we keep going through it? Why do we put ourselves through that? Is it because we like that feeling, whether it be temporary or not? Or is it because it's just part of human nature? Nature, nurture, nurture, nature. Well, I'm not going to get into that either. But I wonder. A lot. It's like it goes through my head. Is your first love the one that starts your like whole emotional journey? Let's call it that. Is it the one that starts your whole emotional journey? Let's call it that. Is your first love your first emotional journey? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Like, think about it. Just think about it. When did you first like have all this emotion, all this raw feeling of want, uncertainty, lust? You know, when? Good question, right? When? So look back at it. Was it during your first love? Maybe. It could have been anything. I mean, but my theory still stands. Your first love literally like kickstarts. It kickstarts you into your fields, and then you grow from there. Like, that's who you are, or that's who you're going to become. Whether you're a rose, a daisy, a lily, a tulip, a sunflower, a gardenia, a cactus. Is your first love the one that kickstarted it? Think about that. Let me know. Seriously, I'm like very curious to know. That's my weakness. I want to know. Not everything, but I want to know. So I am gonna leave it at that, because that was actually really cool. I should have ended it like that. I should have been like, but we're not. Okay, we're not. We're gonna end it this way. Thank you so much for sticking by this 3-part series kickoff. I'm sorry that it's taken so long. I'm sorry that this next update after this one might take a bit longer. I doubt it, because there's something I would love to talk about, and it's super powerful, super emotional. Way worse than this one. It's probably not way worse than this one, but it's like I already feel unguarded just talking about it. But I think that's what is so great about plunging. You take the plunge, and then you just, where are you gonna end up? Your own river? Your own ocean? Probably your own ocean. Like, we're so much more than just the little pond or the little river, or We are an ocean. Our whole life is an ocean. Like, so many different things. So many. It's hard. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Down below, let me hear it. I want to. Thank you so much for sticking by me. Until next time.